So in this video, we are going to learn how to send certificate based on quiz results automatically. Now let's say I have created a quiz form using Google Forms, and in that quiz form, each and every question have some kind of points or some kind of marks. And if the student who is attempting the quiz is scoring about a certain amount of points or certain amount of marks, in that case, I want to generate a certificate for them and send it to them as well. So let's take an example of 6 points. So if someone is scoring 6 points in that case or less than that, in that case, I don't want to create the certificate. But if they are scoring 7 points, 8 points, 9 points or 10 points, in that case, I want to basically send a certificate to them after generating it. So what we have done, we have created a simple automation between Google Forms, Google Slides and Gmail. So in this automation, whenever we are going to receive a new quiz response in Google Forms, first using this automation, we are going to check that what is their score. Have they scored more than 6 points or not? And after that, after ensuring that they have scored more than 6 points, using the same details, same response which we have received in Google Forms, we are going to send the details and create a certificate from them using a template in Google Slides. And after creating the certificate, we are going to send the PDF file of the certificate to the same person who has attended the quiz as an email from our Gmail account. Now, if you want to learn how you can set up this complete automation, this complete system all by yourself, for that, you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, this is a quiz form which I have created using Google Forms. So I'm asking some basic details like name, email, mobile number. And in this quiz form, I'm basically asking 10 questions. So I have multiple choice questions over here and there are 10 questions. And each question consists of 1 mark. Also in this quiz form, I have added the answer key as well. So in this way, whatever answer they are selecting on that basis, I can actually evaluate the score in real time. Now I want that if the score of the person is more than 6, like if they have scored 7, 8, 9, 10 points, if they have answered more than 6 questions correctly, in that case, using a template which I have created in Google Slides, I want to generate a certificate for them. I want to enter their name and their score in this certificate and generate the certificate, and the PDF file of the certificate will be sent to them as an email. Now to do this, what we have to do? We have to connect our Google form with our Google Slides and Gmail as well, so that whenever a user is going to score more than 6 in this quiz in Google Forms, we are going to generate the certificate for them and the PDF of that certificate will be shared with them as an email. Now to connect this application and to automate this complete process, we are going to use an automation and integration platform called Pabbly Connect. And to access Pabbly Connect, just go to your browser and search for Pabbly, pabbly.com/connect. After coming to the landing page of Pabbly Connect, here you can see 2 options, sign in and sign up free. Now, if you are new to Pabbly, by clicking on this sign up free button, you can set up your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. Or if you're an existing Pabbly user, just click on sign in. So I will just sign into my own Pabbly account. After signing in, you will reach to this all apps page of Pabbly. And here we just have to click on access now below Pabbly Connect. And after clicking on access now, we will reach to Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Here on this dashboard, we have to create an automation workflow. So for that, just click on this create workflow button and give this workflow a name. Let's say I'll name it as Google Forms to Google Slides to Gmail. Basically, I have mentioned the name of the applications which we are going to use. Then after that, just select the folder of your Pabbly Connect account in which you want to create this automation and then click on create. Now, as you click on create here, you can see the workflow will open in front of us. And in this workflow, we can see 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with the trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we have to connect this quiz form which I have created using Google Forms with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step. So that whenever someone will enter their details and play this quiz using this Google form, select their options and makes a submission, all the answers and the score should be received inside Pabbly Connect with all the details, and this automation workflow will trigger, it will start. Then after that, using this Pabbly Connect automation only, we are going to check whether they have scored more than 6 marks or not. So while getting the form response, Google Forms will automatically calculate the score. So we are going to check that whether this score is more than 6 or not. And if we have the score more than 6, in that case, using the same automation, we are going to generate the certificate for that particular student, particular participant using Google Slides template and save the certificate in our Google Drive. So the new certificate will be saved in Google Drive automatically. And also we are going to send the PDF file of the certificate with them. Now to do this, to get started with this, here in trigger step, we will search for Google Forms. Just select it. After selecting Google Forms in trigger event from the drop down, select the trigger event as new response received. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Google form with Pabbly Connect and get the form responses or quiz answers over here. And to make this connection, we have to follow the instructions given below over here. Just copy the webhook URL from here and then just go to the Google form which we have created, the quiz form. Now after coming here, just go to the responses tab and select this option of link to sheets. So we all know that Google form responses are stored in a Google spreadsheet. So here just select the create a new spreadsheet option and click on create. And as we click on create, here you can see in a new tab, a Google spreadsheet will open in front of us. And this is the same sheet in which all the responses, all the answers of this Google form submission will be stored. So whatever answer, whatever option the user are going to select, the same answers will be stored over here. And in this sheet as well, we will get the name, email, mobile number of the person, and also the score will be calculated and automatically added over here. So what we have to do, we are going to send the form responses, the quiz responses from this Google spreadsheet to Pabbly Connect. So we have to add this webhook URL given by Pabbly Connect in this Google Sheet. And to do this, we'll go to extensions, add-ons and click on get add-ons. After clicking on get add-ons, we will reach to Google Workspace Marketplace. And here in search app, we have to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks, Pabbly, Pabbly Connect Webhooks. And here you can see this add-on of Pabbly Connect Webhooks is already installed in my Google Sheets. You just have to install the same add-on into your own Google Sheets account, and after installing it, just refresh your Google Sheets once. This is a very important step. After refreshing our Google Sheet, here you can see under extensions, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, this add-on can be seen over here. Just hover on it and click on Initial Setup. After clicking on Initial Setup, this pop-up window will appear in front of us. And it is basically asking us three different things. Selected sheet, webhook URL, and trigger column. Now this is a new spreadsheet, and in this sheet, you can see we have only one sheet named as Form Response 1. So here in this spreadsheet, we have selected this sheet as Form Response 1. Then it is asking us for the webhook URL. And here in the field of webhook URL, we have to enter the same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy it from here and then paste it over here. At last, it is asking us for the trigger column. Now you must be thinking, what is this trigger column? So trigger column is basically the last data entry column of our Google Sheet in which any of our data exists. So here in this Google spreadsheet, you will notice that we'll scroll, and here column O is going to be my trigger column because it is the last column in which any of my data exists. After column O, from column P, none of our data does not exist. So we want to send the data till column O to Pabbly Connect. So here in this initial setup window, we are going to select column O as our trigger column. So I'll just paste the webhook URL once again and enter the trigger column as column O. Then just click on submit, and as we click on submit, it is showing us that the setup is configured successfully. So this means we have successfully added this webhook URL. Now once again, we have to go to extensions over here, and then under Pabbly Connect Webhooks, we have to select this option of send on event. By selecting send on event, we are telling this Google Sheet, we are telling this add-on that whenever a new row of data is added, whenever a new quiz form submission is received, immediately, instantly send that data to Pabbly Connect. Now after setting this up, we have successfully connected this Google form or this Google spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect over here. Now here in our Pabbly Connect workflow, it is showing us waiting for webhook response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to capture a response of a new quiz form submission. So let's do it. I'll just open this form in preview mode, and then we are going to make a test form submission. Let's say the name of the person is test user. This is the name. This is the email address. And after that, this is a dummy mobile number. Then here we have some questions. Now I'm just going to answer the questions over here. So what's the capital of France? That's Paris. The red planet is Mars over here. Then after that, I'll just scroll down. The mammal in the world, the largest mammal in the world is blue whale. The Romeo and Juliet play was written by William Shakespeare. The chemical symbol O denotes oxygen. And the point of water boiling is 100 degrees Celsius. The painting of Mona Lisa was painted by Leonardo da Vinci, and the smallest prime number is 2. Now, also, I'm going to answer some questions incorrectly. So, the Sahara Desert is in Asia, for example. That's an incorrect answer. And the liver pumps the blood. So, I'll just click on submit over here. And as I click on submit, here you can see the form submission is done. So we have basically made a response in this quiz form. If I click on view score, here you can see I have scored 8 points over here. And these are the details which I have selected. Now, the responses of this same quiz form from Google Form will be stored in our Google spreadsheet. And because we have connected this Google spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect, we will see immediately, instantly within seconds in our Pabbly Connect workflow, we have received the response. And in this response, we will get all the answers selected or entered by the user while playing this quiz in Google Forms. So here you can see we have the same answers which we have selected over here. Also, you can see that we have the date and time. We have the timestamp over here that at what date and time the form submission was done. Then we'll scroll down further. Here we have the response of score. So automatically the score was calculated and added in the sheet, and we have the same score in our Pabbly Connect workflow as well. And we have the details of the user, like we have the name of the person, we have the mobile number and the email address. This means the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed, where we have successfully received the quiz form responses from Google Forms in our Pabbly Connect workflow. Now let's move to step 2. And in step 2, we want to set up a filter condition that if the score is more than 6, only in that case, we want to continue this automation and generate the certificate and send it to them. Now to basically set up this kind of filter condition, first we have to extract the score from this whole response of score. So from 8 out of 10, we have to extract 8 over here. We have to split it or separate it into 2 parts. And we are going to use a feature, a module of Pabbly Connect called text formatter. So we'll just scroll down, come to this action step, and here in choose app, search for text formatter and select it. After selecting text formatter by Pabbly, in action event from the drop down, select the action event as split text. Then just click on connect, and after clicking on connect, it is asking us text to split. So here in text to split, we want to split this response of score which we have received from Google Forms in the trigger step. So here from this Google Form responses, we are going to map this response of score to this text formatter action step. And the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field of text to split, and here in the drop down from Google Form responses, here you can see a list of all the responses which we have received over here. And out of all of them, select the response of score and it will be mapped. Now we want to split this response of score into 2 parts of before and after this slash. So the separator will be slash over here, and then here because we want both the responses of before and after, so that's why the segment index will be all. And click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see we have received the response, and in this response we have the score over here. So here we have the score obtained by the user, and we have the total score as well, total marks as well. Now after this, on this response of score obtained by the user, we can set up a filter condition. So we'll just scroll down, click on this add action step button over here, and then we are going to use a feature, a module of Pabbly Connect that is called filter. So select filter by Pabbly, and we are going to set up the filter condition over here. In action event, just select filter values and click on connect. After clicking on connect, here it is showing us that nothing is selected right now in the label. So I'll just click here, and in this drop down you can see a list of all the responses from previous 2 steps. So you can see all the responses from Google Forms and also from text formatter. So out of all of this, from this text formatter responses, select the response of result over here, the marks obtained, and in filter type from this drop down, we are going to select the filter type as greater than, and the value will be 6. So we are going to get the scores in whole number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we want that if the score is 7, 8, 9 or 10, if the score is greater than 6, only in that case the certificate should be created. If you want to set up a filter condition as greater than or equal to, you can set up an OR condition as well over here. But I want to send the certificates only to the students who have scored more than 6, that is 7, 8, 9 or 10. So we have created this kind of filter condition. Now let's click on save and send test request, and because obviously 8 is greater than 6, it is showing us that the condition is true. This means this filter setup is working perfectly fine. Now after this, let's move to the next step where using the same details which we have received from Google Forms and the score, we are going to generate the certificate using our Google Slide template. So we'll enter the name of the same person which they have entered while making the form submission and the score in the certificate and create it. For that, we will just scroll down, click on this add action step button over here, and here in choose app, we will search for Google Slides. Just select it. After selecting Google Slides in action event from the drop down, we are going to select the action event as create a presentation from template. So just select this action event over here. Because we have already created the template of the certificate in Google Slide, we just want to create a new presentation, a new certificate out of it. Then just click on connect and select add new connection. Now here we have to connect our Google Slide account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this sign in with Google button. Then here in this pop-up window, select your Google Slide account, then just scroll down and click on continue. And as we click on continue, we will see our Google Slide account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the template presentation. So in this dropdown, you can see a list of all the templates, all the designs which you have created in your Google Slide account can be seen over here. Out of all of this, which particular presentation you want to use as a template to generate new certificates? We have to select that. So I've created this template and the name of this template is quiz certificate template. So using this template, I want to generate the new certificate. So I'm going to select this particular template over here. Then it is asking us title of new presentation, that the new presentation we are going to generate using it, the new certificate which we are going to create, what will be the file name of those new presentations. So I want the name of the person who made the form submission, who has basically answered for this quiz. I want the name of the person to be the file name. So we will just click on this field and we are going to use the process of mapping to add the name of the person from Google Form responses. So here from the drop down, select the response of the name of the person and here it is and map it. So whatever name the user is going to enter while making the form submission in this Google Form quiz, basically with the same name, the certificate will be created. Then it is asking us new presentations location. So all the new presentation, all the new certificate which we are going to generate using this action of Google Slide, those certificates will be stored into our Google Drive. And in our Google Drive, in which particular folder we want to save those certificates. So in my Google Drive account, I have created a certificate folder named as quiz certificate. So in this folder, I want to save all the certificates. So here what we are going to do, here in this drop down, you can see a list of all the folders which I have in my Google Drive account. And out of all of them, we are going to select this particular folder in which we want to save the certificates. Then after that, in this certificate template, you can see we had two variables. We have two values or two text which were dynamic. The first one was name over here and the second one was score. So to add these kind of dynamic text in our certificate template, we have to write it in double curly braces like this. And whatever text, whatever value we want to put in place of these variables while generating a new certificate, we have to enter those values in these fields inside Pabbly Connect. So here when we create this kind of variable and select the same template over here in this action, those variables are added as fields over here. Like we have two variables name and score in the template and two fields of name and score are added. Now whatever text in place of name we want to add while generating a new presentation, a new document or certificate, and whatever text in place of score we want to add, we have to basically enter those details over here. So in place of name, I want to mention the name of the person which we have received from Google Form submission. So from the drop down, we are going to select the response of the name of the person and map it. And here in score, whatever score we have received from Google Form responses, that what 8 out of 10. So we are going to map the response of score over here. In this way, both of these details will be added. Whatever name the user is going to enter while making the form submission and whatever score they are going to obtain, with the same details, the certificate will be created. After mapping these details, just click on this save and send test request button. And as we click on save and send test request, here you can see we are going to receive some response over here. And the response is received. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. In this response, we have received this presentation ID. This is the unique ID of the presentation of the file which we have created. And also, because this is a positive response, we will check this particular Google Drive folder which we have selected over here. I'll just go to my Google Drive folder, and yes, here you can see with the same name, test user, the same name which we have given in our Pabbly Connect workflow for a new presentation, the same name, a new file is created. This is a presentation. We will just open this file over here, and then here you can see that this is the same template of certificate which we have used over here. And in this certificate, we have the name of the same person who has basically entered their name in our quiz form in Google form. And also we have the same score which they have scored, that was 8 out of 10. This means the step 3 of setting up this automation is completed. Where using this Google Slides action step, we have basically created the certificate for the quiz result which we have received from Google Forms. And this is the certificate. Now after this, you will notice that the new certificate which we have created over here, the share permission of this certificate currently is private to only me. But we want to send the certificate to the person who has basically played this quiz, who has basically made the form submission in this quiz form in Google Forms. Now to do this, what we have to do, we have to change the share permission of this newly generated certificate in our automation workflow itself, because every time we will be generating new certificates using this automation. And also we want to share or send the PDF file of the certificate. So we have to get the PDF file link or PDF file of this newly generated certificate as well. And for that, we will just scroll down and click on this Add Action Step button over here. So using a single action of Google Drive, because this new certificate, this new file is saved in our Google Drive. So we are going to add a new action step of Google Drive over here. And using a single action, we are going to change the share permission and also get the PDF file link. So after selecting Google Drive as an action application in this new step, select the action event as share a file with anyone. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect the same account on Google Drive action step which we have connected in Google Slides action step. Just click on this Sign in with Google button, select your Google Drive account, then just scroll down and click on Continue. And as we click on Continue, we will see our Google Drive account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, it is asking us for the file ID. So from the drop down, you can select the file whose share permission you want to change. But every time we are going to generate a new file and we will get a new file ID from this Google Slides action step. We will get a new presentation ID over here in response whose permission and whose PDF file link we want to get. So what we are going to do, we will just turn this mapping button on in front of file ID and clear the default response. And after that, from Google Slides responses, we are going to select this response of presentation ID and it will be mapped over here. In this way, whatever new presentation we are going to generate using Google Slide, using this action, we are going to change the share permission for the same presentation. And then just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received the response, and this response seems to be a positive response to us. Using this response, using this action, basically we have changed the share permission of this newly generated certificate in Google Slides. So earlier the share permission was private to only me, but now you can see automatically it has now changed to anyone with the link. Also, we will scroll down and here we have received the link of the PDF file of the same certificate as well. So we will just copy this link from here and paste it in a new tab. And here you can see that the PDF file of the same certificate is downloaded. And here it is. This means both the actions, the share permission is also changed and we have received the PDF file link of the certificate. Now after this, let's move to the final step where we are going to send an email to the person who has basically entered the details in the quiz form and share the certificate with them. For that, we will just scroll down, click on this Add Action Step button, and then here in Choose App, I'll search for Gmail over here. After selecting Gmail in Action Event from the drop-down, select the action event as Send Email. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our Gmail account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this Connect with Gmail button. Then here in the pop-up window, select your Gmail account from which you want to send the email, scroll down and click on Allow. And as we click on Allow, you will see our Gmail account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making the connection, the first thing it asks us is the recipient email address. That what is the email address of the person to whom we want to send this email. So we want to send the email to the same email address which we have received in Google Form submission. So here just click on this field. From the drop down from the trigger step responses which we have received from Google Forms, select the response of email address of the person and map it. Then after that, if you want, you can add someone in CC or BCC of the email as well. And you can add multiple users by separating their email addresses by comma over here. Right now, I don't want to add anyone in the CC or BCC of the email. That's why I'm just going to keep it blank. Then it is asking us sender name, that by what name we want to send the email. Let's say I want to send the email by the name of Pabbly Connect. If you want, you can basically enter any name of your choice. Then it is asking us for the subject line over here. So what will be the subject line of the email which we are sending? So I have already copied the subject line over here. So I'll just paste the subject line over here. And this is the subject line I want to add. Congratulations on completing the quiz. Here is your certificate. With this subject line, I want to send the email. Then if you want, you can add a reply to email. So the replies which you will be getting for this email will be sent to a specific email address. But right now, I don't want to add any reply to email. So I'm just keeping it blank. Then while creating the email body, the email content, actual email, we have two options, plain and HTML. If you want, you can create an HTML type of email or you can create a plain email as well as per your choice. Right now, I'm just going to create a plain email, so I'm selecting plain. Then it is asking us for the email content, that what will be the actual body of the email. So let's say I want my email to be hello. After hello, I want to mention the name of the person. So from Google Form responses, let's select the response of name of the person and map it. Then I want my email body to be this. So let me just change the formatting of this email over here once quickly. And then here, this is the actual email which I want to send. So I've created a simple plain email where after hello, we are going to mention the name of the person who made the form submission in the quiz. Then we have congratulations. We are delighted to inform you that you have successfully completed the general knowledge quiz. We have the name of the quiz with an impressive score of, and here I want to enter the score which they have obtained. So from the drop down from Google Form responses, let's select the response of score and map it. And we have the rest of the email. Now right now in this video, I have just created this plain email and just mapped two details. If you want, you can create any email body of your choice and map any details from the previous steps as well. After creating the email body, it is asking us file name and attachment. So I want the file name to be the attachment name to be shown in the email as certificate of completion. So I've entered that particular file name over here. And here in attachment, in the previous step of Google Drive share a file with anyone, we have received the link of the PDF file over here. So from the drop down, we are going to map this link, this URL of application/PDF from Google Drive's Actions tab. In this way, we will be sending the PDF file of the certificate to them on the email attachment. Now, after entering all the details and creating the email body and mapping the PDF file link, just click on this Save and Send Test Request button. Now, as you click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we are going to receive some response, and the response is received. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the email is sent over here. This email with this attachment, this body is sent to the same person who made the form submission in Google Forms. So let's check it. We will just go to the email inbox of this email address. And yes, here you can see the email is received by the same person who made the form submission. The sender's name is Pabbly Connect, the same sender name which we have entered over here in our Pabbly Connect workflow. We will just open this email, and here you can see in this email, we have the name of the person. After hello, we have the name of the person who has basically made the form submission. We have the same subject line which we have entered in our Pabbly Connect workflow over here. We have the same email body. We have the same score which they have added, which they have obtained over here. We have the same score which they have obtained, and here in this email you can see we have this attachment, this PDF file as an attachment, and this is the certificate for the same person. We have the same name and score in this certificate as well. This means the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, just by creating a quiz form in Google Forms, you can automatically collect the quiz responses and get the scores out of it in the Google Form itself. Create a certificate for the same Google Form responses or the same quiz using Pabbly Connect automation and send the certificate over email to the people who had basically obtained a certain amount of marks or they have answered the certain amount of questions correctly. Now, after setting up this automation, we are going to test this automation workflow once. I'll just go to the Google form and we are going to make another form submission over here. The name of the person is dummy user. This is the name of the person. This is the email address. Then after that, the mobile number is this over here, which we are entering. The questions which we are going to answer is like this. So the capital of France is Paris. This time, let me answer 9 correct questions. This is Mars. Largest mammal in the world is blue whale. J.K. Rowling's note, it's William Shakespeare. Oxygen. water is 100 degrees Celsius, Leonardo da Vinci, 2, Africa. And the last question is I'm going to answer it over here incorrectly. So I have basically answered 9 questions correctly. I'll just click on submit. After clicking on submit, I'll click on view score. And here you can see the score is 9 out of 10. Now, as we receive this form submission, you will see automatically within seconds, the certificate will be generated. Because this score is more than 6, we will see that the certificate will be generated and the generated certificate for this user will be stored in a Google Drive. So I'll just refresh our Google Drive folder once over here. And yes, here you can see by the same name of the person, the certificate is generated and stored in Google Drive. And in this certificate, we have the name of the person and their score as well. And also an email will be sent to the same person with the certificate's PDF file. So we'll check the email inbox and yes, the email is received over here. This email is sent to the same email address which they have entered in form submission. And we have the PDF file as the attachment, the certificate as the PDF attachment in the same email with the name and score. This means we have tested this automation in real time and this automation is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same automation workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can just clone this same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan, and in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can just do it for absolutely free.
So if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with others, or if you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can always write us in the comment box below or email us at support@pabbly.com. Also, you can post your queries on our forum as well. And if you want to check the pricing of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this link. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.